Hi guys, so in my previous video, the part 1 of how to ventilate a 2x4 closure, I taught you how to map out a 2x4 closure. That's this diagram you're seeing right here. So in today's video, which is the part 2, I'll be teaching you how to ventilate from scratch.
So firstly, you're going to get a piece of net that you want to use to ventilate the closure on. So this is a small closure, so I'm not getting something that big. So now, you are to allow, this is your dummy head. Things you need for this: you need a dummy head, you need a ventilating pin, you need scissors, you need T-pins, then you need the net you need to ventilate your closure on. So this closure is a very small closure, so we don't need something big. So just a small piece will do, so that it covers the closure. Now you're going to place the net on the closure on the this thing. You're going to place the closure net on the paper. So ensure that there's space at the beginning here, space at the end. Now ensure that this line here is on a straight line. Once you do that, you pin. Now ensure first that the closure is facing you this way, like the bottom of the closure is not what is facing you, is at this side, then this other side is the part facing you. Okay, so that's how you place it. And you can see your dummy head this side, whatever, this what works for me. So this side is facing me, this side is facing me, while this base is facing outside. That's what works best. So when you're placing your net, whichever net you want to use on your closure, ensure the straight line is this way. Ensure the straight line is this way, not like this. Not like this. You should be able to see like a straight line. So once you see straight lines, just know that the straight line is supposed to align. Just make sure that there's a straight line that should align with this edge. All right, so ensure there's a space left here, space left here, space left here, and space left here. So let's make this align. So we are going to make a closure align. So you put your ventilating needle to hold. So once you hold the needle, you make sure you drag this side a little so that it can be firm. You put your pin here also. You can put a pin here if you decide, but I don't think I would need that. So I can put a pin here. Ensure it is like stretched a bit. And here, so we have made it firm. Now let's work on the base of the closure. Now I also forgot to add that you would also need the hair you want to fill up. Like I said, this is the closure. She doesn't like the way the closure looks. She wants to change it. See how it is. So let's change it for her. So I'm just going to carry a strand out. After I carry a strand out, I'm actually taking from here rather than from the remaining part of the hair, so that we will not throw this side away. So once you get a small strand, you bring it out, you cut it. Now this is the strand. Now once you cut it, you leave like a long amount here. Take your comb and comb. I also forgot you also need a comb. You also need a tail comb. So once you do that, all you need to do now is bend. See, there's a shorter part, there's a longer part. So shorter part, longer part, then you bend the hair. That's what you do, but this is too thick for me, so I would reduce it. I'll reduce it, then bend. So we have created a loop now. So we are going to take our ventilating needle and start from where this curve meets this place. So we can see it here. Let's put a pin. So we are going to start here. So I don't know if you saw that You ventilate the first one, you leave space, you ventilate the next one. That means you put your ventilating needle through the hole there. You take like some strands of hair and drag through the hole. Place the first one inside, place the second inside, then drag. So let's do it again. You leave a strand, put your ventilating needle, drag it out, one, so leave a place, put your ventilating needle, drag a strand, one, two. Okay, this one was not a straight line. Then the last one, one, two. So once you are done, you go to the next line. So this is the first line that we ventilated. Now we're going to ventilate in between. So this one and this one, this is the line in between. We're going to leave a space and go up. Now once we do that, we notice that this is not where the line touch, because we need to ventilate to touch these lines. Do you understand? So we have to continue. So you leave a space, go to the next hole, put the short one in, put the long one in. Now leave a space, go to the next line, you drag your loop. Can see it's the shorter one that is here. The shorter one is here while the longer one is here. So go to the next one. The longer one goes in. You will not drag it completely out. You're going with the shorter one and not. So it's the shorter one that comes out first. Then this one you drag it a little, not with force. So we go again. Short, the longer one, the shorter one. It's the shorter one you drag completely out. Put shorter one, longer one. Now we have reached the edge of this place, right? So let's continue to reach the edge of this place. Leave a space, the next strand, shorter one, longer one, on this same straight line. So till you reach this end. So now you can see it's a straight line. You continue in between these two. There's a line here. You don't ventilate here. You leave that line, then the line upwards. That is where you ventilate. Take a loop, few strands, pass it through. The long strand, drag it in. Don't drag it out completely, then go in with the shorter strand and drag out. Now don't forget you are ventilating to reach this end. Leave a space, the second strand on still that same line, drag. Repeat the same process. Leave a space, repeat the same process. Now at this point in time you've touched this place. Continue, leave a space, so you ventilate. So whenever you ventilate in between, it will be in between these two heads. Instead of you ventilating on top like this, no, you're ventilating in between two knots that were created. Do you understand? So it will give a much more natural look. So doing the same thing, repeating the process. So we've done like up to 4 lines. So I'm just going to continue in the same manner. Note sometimes while ventilating, your net may be a bit slanted. So with time you can just adjust it to be in the same. As you can see, the way this line is a bit slanted compared to this straight line here. So with time you would have to adjust it. But when we get there, let's just continue ventilating. I'll just continue ventilating line by line till we reach a particular section behind camera. So most times while ventilating, you will notice that you might have maybe by mistake slanted the net while ventilating, and it may while ventilating you notice that it's no longer straight as you feel. Okay, so let me explain now. You can see, because and why I like using papers that have this line is because they're on a straight line and you can follow them. You know, like before we started the line on this line, so it means what we are ventilating has to be straight, has to be in line with the lines that are there. So let me explain now. We ventilated this line, and yes, this particular notes are on this line, but on getting to this edge it is a bit slanted, and the next one that we ventilated is now still on this same straight line, so it means this particular side is a bit bent. So you can encounter it anytime you are ventilating. All you need to do is just to remove your pins and adjust it in the way that you want. So once I remove my pin now, I will just adjust. It means this line to the end has to be in line with this. You can see now this one is on this line, and it is this is another line. This another, you can see I've not completed it. I've not completed it. So when I was about completing that, I noticed that it is not on a straight line. So this line straight down is supposed to be on this line. You can see now it's on the line and each edge is touching. So we have made it okay. Then we are going to pin. So pin this one, pin this one, pin this one, pin this one. You can see. So it's on a straight line now. So you can see, because I arranged it, it is now on a straight line. So I'm almost done with it. So let me just complete. So you might be asking how many strands I use. I mix between 2 to 3 strands. I might use 2 strands or 3 strands, depending on how thick the strands. Like this particular strands, they're light, so I use 3 strands. So I've reached the end of the base.
So we've come to the end of the part 2 on how to ventilate a closure, a 2x4 closure from scratch, starting with how to ventilate the base of the closure. So in my next video, I'll continue the remaining part of the closure, like how to ventilate from here to here to the remaining part of the closure. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe. I know you've learned something from this video. Subscribe and leave a like at least. See you in my next video for the completion on how to finish the closure. Have a wonderful day.